Kamusta everyone? This is Vanessa and welcome to the very first episode of this little podcast experiment where I just sit down, hit record, and share my raw reactions, thoughts, and feelings about films I've seen, whether I'm late to the party or not, especially this film that I'll be talking about. So, no deep technical analysis here, just casual, this is how it made me feel kind of conversation. So for this very first episode, I've done some book reviews in the past, but and I did do some film reviews, film thoughts, reactions as well on my socials, on my TikTok channels, and some of them I reposted here on YouTube for YouTube Shorts. But I haven't exactly formally done one before, so this is basically my very first official reviews. So yeah, so the first episodes I want to talk about that film Sinners. Now, I know, like I said earlier, now I know that I'm a little late because Sinner was released back on April 18th. I'm not sure in other places, but here in London it was released 18th of April, and I only saw it just recently. Can you believe it? Just that 7th of June. And yes, so it was very recent. At first, to be honest, I wasn't even planning on watching this. I kept seeing the posters everywhere, like at the side of the bus, by the bus stop. I kept on seeing it everywhere, but nothing really pulled me in. I initially thought that it was an action film, and then I kept on seeing clips of the trailers, not the whole bit, but just clips of it where Michael B. Jordan's got this machine gun and then he's just been firing to people. So I thought it was just an action film. And so I thought, oh, okay, so that's all right. I'm going to be catching that on streaming services, but not exactly on the big screen. But then, I do follow some film reviewers breakdowns like New Rockstar on YouTube and Screen Crush. What's else? Heavy Spoilers. I do follow those accounts, those channels on YouTube, and they break down this film. And as it turns out, it's a vampire film. And they kept on raving on about it. So it piqued my interest. And one of the girls from New Rockstar, I think her name is Gina. She I think it was her that compared it to that classic film with George Clooney, and I can't remember, it's not Guillermo del Toro. I can't remember the other guy's name. From Dusk Till Dawn, the one with Salma Hayek. She said that at first it felt like a crime story, like somewhere down south in America. And then halfway through it, boom, vampire horror. So I love that kind of surprise. It just got spoiled that it turns out to be a vampire film. And then I was rewatching all the trailers, and yes, it was a vampire film. It just, I didn't really caught on to that one. I just kept on seeing the short clips of it. So at first, like I said, after finding out it's a vampire film, I'm just like, oh, that is interesting. But I would still probably wait until it comes out from streaming services. But then everyone, like I said, everyone kept on going on and on about how amazing this film is. And so I did it. I booked a ticket last minute after work, Saturday afternoon, went to the cinema, and honestly, did not regret at all. So let's talk about things that I've liked about this film. The soundtrack. Oh my gosh. I didn't think that I'll be obsessed with a horror film soundtrack. It's a horror film. But I was obsessed. After it came out of the cinema, I put it on Spotify, listening to it ever since. So I was that impressed with the soundtrack. It's an amazing mix of folk music, blues, and even some late 90s, early 2000s R&B vibes. So it just fits the mood of the film so well. It was so haunting. The folk songs, some of them a bit funny and then soulful. It feels very grounded. And of course, Michael B. Jordan, he was there, good looking, wow. And the way he plays the two twin brothers in this film, you can really feel the difference of from one brother to another. He carried both roles so well that I sometimes forget that it was just one actor. Like I was just looking at it, I was like, oh, okay, and super impressive for that one. So I like that the soundtrack, the acting. It's not just even Michael B. Jordan. The rest of the people in there. Haley Steinfeld was there. I thought I'm not very good with actors' names, so I need to ask for forgiveness for that one. But everyone in that cast did their role amazingly. So kudos to that one. And then now, this being a vampire horror film, I expected some blood and actions, of course. But what really surprised me were the layers of social commentary hidden underneath. This is the kind of film that you need to watch again and again to get all the nuances. Because this movie touches on culture. I'm sure if you've seen some other movie reviews who have done these films, they would say the same thing, and even the directors and all the creative team that's part of it would say the same thing. It touches on culture, tradition, and the black experience in the American South, which honestly, as a non-American, I don't exactly fully grasp all the nuances. But hearing discussions afterwards made me realize how rich the subtext actually is. There's also some commentaries on individuality, community, and it's not just that, it's falling into the norms, talents, exploitations, and even the temptations of following the crowd. The more I think about it, the more I appreciate how layered it was, and the more it pushed me to learn more about it, about this film, about um, the nuances of this film, the layers that they were discussing. I started watching some director Scott, some commentaries about that with the director, which his name is Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler. Yes. So, without giving too much away, I don't want to spoil you guys. I want to encourage you to watch it. I'm not sure if it's still in the cinema, but once it comes on the streaming services, watch it again, watch it again, watch it again. I loved how it ended. One of the characters managed to escape this whole vampire situation and lived a full and meaningful life. Which is, yay, happy ending. And later on, when he was given an opportunity to extend his life, he was old. He was told that he's only got what, a few months to live. He simply says that I'm fine. I'm good. No thanks. I lived a life. I'm good with that one. And I found it really moving. And also he did say that despite of what happened that evening, that was the best night of his life. And yes, from the start of the film up to what happened with how everything came about, I have to agree, like it was actually a really good night for everyone involved until the vampire arrived, obviously. And yeah, so that hit me emotionally. I was happy for him. It's rare for horror films actually to end with that kind of bittersweet but peaceful tone. So yeah, like I said, I highly recommend Sinners if you're into films that blend genres, horror, action, thriller, social commentary, and all those things all in one. Honestly, even if you're just curious about how Michael B. Jordan handles twin roles, it's worth watching for that alone. Oh, well, not that just alone. The music. Even if you're just there for the music, yes, it's worth it. So, yeah, that is for today's episode. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you've seen Sinners, let me know your thoughts too. Send DM me, message me, put it on the comment. I would love to hear your reactions because I feel like this film needs more people to talk about it. And then, as well, don't forget to like and follow in this channel. This is still very new. This is my very first sort of podcasty film review kind of channel content, and I love to for you to be part of this little journey of mine. So once again, salamat. Thank you. That's in English. Salamat in my language. Salamat for being here, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.